Welcome to Coon Rapids High School, where the snow is falling and the temperature's dropping outside, but inside it's heating up as the Cardinals host the Elk River Elks. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro sidelines for the action, and a tough task ahead for the home team.
Yeah, this is a pretty good team in Elk River. They come in with a 6-3 record, and the Cardinals are going to have their work cut out from here. And I think, you know, the key we always talk about is just try for Coon Rapids to keep this score close. Do not let Elk River go on a run or numerous runs, and that's key for them to stay in this contest. There's head coach Teresa Brummer.
Serving for the Elks, number 22, Millie Cotton.
And the one and only, the magnificent John Enns.
6-3, they've won 5 of their last 6.
Yeah.
Including last time out a drubbing of Osseo in 3. Attack by Wilbur is wide. It's a 2-0 lead for the Elk River Elks.
Yeah, Wilbur just a little bit too much on, looking to go for that that sideline, but just put too much mustard on it.
Masteller just pushed it over, tapped right back to the floor by Johanna Langben.
Yeah, it was easy point for Elk River on that one. Just not much Coon Rapids could do. They just had to get over the net, but didn't have a lot on that.
Wilbur attacks through the block and gets the kill inside out for Coon Rapids.
Yeah, and that's a key for Coon Rapids, to limit the points off service for Elk River. Just to 3 on that time, you get it, cut it to 2.
And there is getting some help from the tape. Audrey Anderson drops it over for an ace.
The tape is your friend.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
When it bounces
in this
like
case,
that.
it is.
Langben stuffed by post in the middle. Elks recover. Left-handed attack is into the net for Emma Olson, and we're tied at 3.
Well, that's exactly where Coon Rapids wanted to be. Down 3-0, came back to now to tie it at 3-1.
And now just a bit too much on it from Anderson. Side out back to Elk River with a 4-3 edge.
That was a tepid effort from Dave Emmy.
A tepid effort. Grace Koski serving now for the Elks. Masteller pushes it toward the back corner. Nice diving save, but unable to get it back in play are the Elks, and a kill for Masteller.
Yeah, nice job by Becca. She's able to push that far. No opportunity for Elk River to return that.
Serving for the Cardinals, number 2, Michaela Wilbur.
Wilbur serving for Coon Rapids. Played over by Olson. Attack from Masteller through another block attempt, another kill, and a Coon Rapids lead at 5-4.
Well, you know, certainly that is their strength, with get a nice set to Masteller, and she's got so much power on her kill. And
Wilbur, good power, but into the net, and it's 5-all. Side out back to Elk River. Ella Wanzer will check in and take over at the service line for Elk River. And she will start with an ace.
yeah, good way to start her service off.
And the second right into the net. So we've got 2 Ellas, an LE, and an Emma on the roster for Elk River.
Number 1, Chloe Hoffman. Back to serve for the Cardinals, number 9.
Becca Masteller at the service line for the Cardinals. Attack in the middle, stuffed by post.
Well, and that certainly is one of Nicole's strengths, is using her size to get the block at the net. You're going to see it here. Good elevation. Nice block.
Left side attack. It bounces off the top of the tape into the floor for Jordan Hund. And it's 7-all. Not quite enough on that for Post to try to attack, just played it over. Attack is successful for Emma Olsen on the right side, and Elk River back in front 8-7.
They're going to see it there, just not able to get that point for the Cardinals, and the Elks take that 1-point lead.
Olsen's service picked up by Masteller. From the back of the court, just played over by Chloe Hoffman. Elks attack, punched back over by Hoffman again, and Hoffman again right to the back line. That one tipped over the block attempt. Cardinals able to scramble. Hoffman sends it over. Good rally going here. Both teams wary of a strong attack with good defenses at the other side. Masteller's backcourt attack into the net, and a 2-point lead for Elk River.
Yeah, we saw a really nice volley on that point. You know, we've seen the Cardinals do a good job of keeping points alive this season. They haven't gotten the wins that they've wanted to.
Masteller for midcourt, too much on it. 10-7 Elk River. Olsen continues at the service line for the Elks. Masteller's pass too close to the net. And Coon Rapids need a side out.
They do. They do.
Set for Hoffman. Picked up near the back line for the Elks. Cotton attacking. Masteller is there. Hoffman will send it across. In the middle of the kill for Ella Johnson.
Yeah, tough one. Not much that Masteller could do with that one.
Masteller reaches to the corner for it. Anderson back into the middle. Wilbur sends it across. Elk River sets up the attack for Cotton. Picked up by Wilbur. Hoffman attacking for the Cardinals. And another long volley going. Hund.
Oh.
And she found that back corner right down the line.
Yeah, I was watching them in warm-ups, just hitting that back corner every single time as Coach Hens is going to call timeout. Talk about thing when now a 6-point lead for Elk River, 13-7.
Yeah,
I mean, look at it, just hit that back corner perfectly. Certainly a different time with, you know, social distancing, and, you know, even your huddles look different.
Much.
Yeah.
A much larger circle. You have
Yes.
to speak much louder. Gives the opponent that much more opportunity to hear what you're saying, especially in a much emptier
Well, that's the thing.
field house.
Yeah. And, you know, you're limited on how many fans, obviously, you can have in attendance. And
Six-point streak for Olsen at the service line. Anderson picks up the...
point for Coon Rapids.
Block was out of bounds. Some discussion back and forth.
Our officials are going to talk about it now, as Coach Brummer was looking for some sort of an explanation as well.
I'm looking for a call from the line judge. I didn't get anything from her.
Okay, I think that was standard.
Let's see if we can see a replay of that.
It was out, point two.
It was definitely out.
Yeah.
Okay, real good.
Oh, that's right on
No,
the
that's
line.
on the line.
That's pretty tough, but it will be awarded.
Yep.
They didn't have the benefit of replay, and not always easy to see, and that is.
That's a tough call.
Elk River comes right back with Ellie Cotton and gets the ball right back.
14-8 the score here in set number 1.
Jordan Hunn at the service line for Elk River with that 6-point lead. Way too much.
Point Cardinals.
Olivia Fredrickson will check in or replace Catherine Godis and take over at the service line. Set in too tight, and the Cardinals turn it back over. Cardinals without a couple of players.
Yep, missing some players.
Various reasons,
Yep.
and obviously that means some different things to their rotations. And that one left too close, and Joanna Langben took care of it for Elk River.
Another easy point is that return just right just over at the top of the net.
Fowler attacking in the middle, ice, diving, save to play it back over, and Fowler sends it right back to the floor.
Back in the game for the Cardinals, number 5, Emma Waletka.
Emma Waletka will serve for Coon Rapids back into the contest.
Big block at the line. Anderson will play it back over, right to the back line where the Elks can't get to it. And the Cardinals cut deeper into the lead.
Yeah, perfect placement there for Coon Rapids. Able to get to the point, cut the lead to 5.
Attack off the top of the net and to the floor for Ellie Cotton.
Back to serve for the Elks, number 22, Ellie.
And still a relatively comfortable 6-point edge for Elk River as Cotton goes to the service line. A lot of troubles passing tonight for Coon Rapids.
Yeah, and against a team like Elk River, you can't afford those kind of mistakes.
Now Cotton serves up an ace, her second of this opening set, as the Elks creep closer to taking set number 1, 19-11, as Cotton serves. Wilbur pokes it over. Cotton able to keep it alive, but the Elks can't turn it around.
Yeah, that was a tough one to return for Elk River. Good job, good placement by Coon Rapids.
Audrey Anderson to the service line, and the Cardinals need a run.
They do.
Picked up by Melcher. The attack by Langben rejected by Wilbur in post.
Good net play by Coon Rapids.
This one pushed over by Cotton. Cardinals ready for it. Nice save by Melcher on the attack. Punched over the net. Set for Wilbur, cross court, picked up there by Olson. Back the other way come the Elks. And the kill. For Jordan Langben.
That's gonna put Elk River at 20 now, and a 7-point lead. Dangerous situation with serve for the Cardinals.
Point Cardinals.
Koski's service into the net.
In the game for the Cardinals, number 22.
Well, if they needed a run last time, they needed even more now with Michaela Wilbur there, and a bigger lead for Elk River than they are away from clinching the first set. Melcher is just going to send this one over. Masteller's attack into the top of the tape. Ella Wanzer will check back in for Elk River and head to the service line with a 21-14 lead. Godis will get the kill for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Godis with a nice play there, able to keep the get the service back to her for her squad. Tough return for Elk River.
Chloe Hoffman. Serving for the Cardinals, number 9, Becca Masteller.
Service was early. The official says it's on me, or watch me. One of the two.
No, I think it's on him. He takes the blame. Or maybe he said, watch me. It could have been that.
It could go either way.
Hund
will get another kill.
Yeah, and that was going out too, unfortunately.
And Audrey Anderson just couldn't get out of the way.
Well, yeah, it came smoking at her. A lot of steam on that one.
Hoffman attacking, picked up by Melcher. Cotton finishes it, 23-15.
Oh.
Right at the back line.
Yeah.
Cardinals thought that was going long, and Olsen put it on the line. 4th ace of set number 1 for Elk River.
Oh, yeah, it was nice service there.
Post has to pass it back over. Cotton will blast it through the block and finish set number 1, a 10-point victory for Elk River, 25-15. We'll take a break. Be back with the second set after this. You're watching CTN's live coverage of high school volleyball.
After quarantine, everyone's bound to look a little different. Some people gained a little weight, others lost some. Some had longer hair or a new beard. With Joe and Howie, it was a little different. Don't get me wrong, they acted like the same old Joe and Howie. What they came back with, a different energy. But something was off.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro, and it really
Watching your favorite Cardinal sports live is getting even easier. Whether it's CTN Cable Channel 859, the CTN Facebook and YouTube pages, or now live on our Twitter page. You choose how you want to watch Cardinal Nation. With CTN, you'll be able to catch all the big plays, all the emotion, and all the fun of Coon Rapids sports. CTN Coon Rapids, stay connected.
Elk River able to take a relatively easy win in the first set, 25-15. Coon Rapids kept it close through the early going, but a couple of long streaks in the middle, and the Cardinals just could not recover.
Well, that's why they
a
played.
Number of different weapons. They had successful attacks from 6 different Elk River players in that first set. Jordan Hund, unofficially, and Ellie Cotton leading the way, unofficially.
Of course.
With 3 kills each.
Well, and this is why they play 3. This is a big set for Coon Rapids, obviously. They do not want to fall behind 2-0. So, as you mentioned, they played them close in that first, in the beginning of this first set, and they just have to avoid a collapse.
And for most of the season,
stretch.
the Cardinals have played better as they have gotten later
Correct.
into the match. So,
looking for the same here.
all right, we've got out the right people on the floor.
We're good to go.
Elk River will have the first. Now we have all the right people on the floor. And Coon Rapids will have the first set. Nothing I said was correct. Emma Walitka will lead off at the service line for the Cardinals. And she's going to make it difficult right off the start. Melcher able to punch it over for the Elks. Set in the middle for Fowler. She's rejected. Cardinals set it up again, this time for Masteller.
Wow,
Elks
nice.
able to dig that one out. Jordan Hund, a great save on the floor. Wilbur, though, third time is the charm as she hammers it to the corner. And that was just a great point for the Cardinals.
It was.
3 good turns.
Yep.
And set up for 3 solid attacks. Elk River, a great job digging that first one out. And then the winner from Wilbur. But they earn the side out right back. Ellie Cotton serving for Elk River. And another pass just a little too tight to the net for the Cardinals.
Yeah, we've seen a few of those. We saw a few of those in the first set. Now here, one early in set number 2. That time
Cotton just got it off the top of the net.
Tape was not your friend on that particular
Not that
play.
time.
That particular
Well,
point.
it's not supposed to be the friend of your opponent.
No,
right?
but
It's home net.
Well,
right?
that's true. That's
home
true.
net advantage.
That's true. You would think so.
Audrey Anderson serving. Elks organizing. Played over by Langbin. Attacking and getting the kill is Becca Mastill.
And that's where Becca's shines from that side of the court. Again, just nice job getting the point for the Cards.
Played over by Olson. Cardinals set up. A little too far in front of post. It was pushed back. And now the Elks a chance to set up. Trying to catch the Cardinals off guard. Nearly did, but Masteller able to redirect it into a hole on the defense and put the Cardinals up 4-2.
Yeah, we always talk about you don't necessarily need power to earn a point, and that time Becca did a nice job of just pushing it over to where the defense was not.
Masteller attacking. Elks trying to recover and cannot. Another kill for Masteller and a 5-2 lead for the Cardinals.
Yeah, nice start here and exactly what they needed in set number 2.
Service into the net will give the chance to Grace Koski for the Elks to serve. Anderson from midcourt. Scooped up by Cotton. Here's Hund on the attack. That's wide. And a side out back to Coon Rapids.
In the game, Cardinals number 22, Catherine Gotis. Serving for the Cardinals number 2,
Catherine Gotis back in for the Cardinals.
Wilbur serving.
Four hits.
But in the set
over.
was 2 feet over
Yeah.
the line. I don't understand
Why
how
they
that
didn't
was.
call that originally.
Post attacking, getting the kill. Cardinals up 5, 8-3.
Another tepid effort by Dave Emme.
And an early timeout from the Elks.
Trying to get the loose balls. He just kind of nonchalantly reaches his hand out and says, nah, I don't have to work that hard. Nice point there for Coon Rapids. And a nice job for the Cardinals. Jump to a 5-point lead here early, 8-3 advantage.
Very, very early here in set number 2. But I would like to see if they can keep the pressure on Elk River. You know, we talked about it early on that second point. 3 great turns on their side of the net for the Cardinals. Set up 3 different attacks. Elk River made a good play at the net on the first. An unbelievable dig by Hund to keep the second one alive. And then Wilbur, just a beautiful play to the back corner. But you got to keep the streaks alive.
You do. And this is a good Elk River team, so I mean, you certainly want to continue to play your best here and see if you can expand this lead and put more pressure on Elk River.
Wilbur's serve is long, and that will give it back over to the Elks.
In the game for the Elks, number 7, Ella Wanzer.
Wanzer will check in and head to the service line for Elk River. And she will get an ace.
And that's a point definitely they need. They need to try and go on a run of their own to get back into this contest here in set 2. Just trailing by 3. And that won't do it.
Johanna Langbent back in.
Serving for the Cardinals, number 9, Becca Masteller.
Masteller serving. The attack by Olsen into the net. And the lead back to 5 for the Cardinals. Diving save as that one tipped the tape. Hund on the attack, but Anderson is ready for it. And that one kind of right in the middle, a little miscommunication on who was going for it.
Yeah, it got away from him.
Serving for the Elks, number 23, Emma Olsen.
Emma Olsen will get to the service line, and she was at the service line for the longest run of the first set. She starts it with an ace.
Yeah, nice job. She kept that serve low, and it just cleared the net. Tough return for Coon Rapids.
That one into the net. A few more missed service errors in the second set than we saw in the first. Approaching midway through the second set, Coon Rapids an 11-7 lead. Nicole Post serving. The attack by Cotton is good.
Yeah, she put a lot of heat on that one.
Serving for the Elks, number 10, Jordan Hund.
Hunt serve picked up by Anderson. The set for Hoffman. And Hoffman is wide. Well, help from the basketball net. The Cardinals keep it in play. Attack in the middle, and Johnson not able to get the angle she needed. Side out to the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think she'd like to have that one back if at all possible. Just mishit that one.
Olivia Fredrickson in to serve for Coon Rapids. Hund near the back line. The set and the attack is in right down the line for Grace Koski.
Lead at 3 for the Cardinals. So one official's calling the point for Coon Rapids, the other is for Elk River. Elk River gets the call.
Yeah, Coon Rapids ran into the net.
Yep.
That's what stopped play, and that lead is down to 1 as Meltzer serves for Elk River. And another pass in too close, taking the setter into the net.
Yep.
And
These
we're all tied up.
2 officials working together, make sure they get the call correctly.
Attack by Olsen is long. I love it. Audrey Anderson, I swear I did not touch it. Promise I did not touch it. Service from Wolitka is long. We're tied at 13. And the service back to Elk River, Ellie Cotton. And she serves up another ace.
Yeah, that was a good service right there. That make it very difficult for the Cardinals to get the return.
And the Elks' first lead since it was 2-1. Long serve, back-to-back aces for Ellie Cotton.
Cardinals are going to call a timeout after really losing momentum here in the second set. They had it for a while, and unfortunately, they haven't been able to hold it here. We're now giving up a lead, and now a 2-point lead for Elk River in set number 2.
Well, it's been a 10-3 run for Elk River from being down 10-5 to being up 15-13. And by the time we reached this point, a 5 or 6 point lead for Elk River that stuck around and it got bigger until the end. But certainly not a comfortable position for the Elks, but feeling pretty good about the momentum. Coon Rapids hoping the timeout can help slow that momentum. Cotton with back-to-back aces before the timeout. This one picked up, and Masteller's attack is good for a kill.
Well, they needed it. Take a little bit of that away from Elk River, just trailing by a point.
Unofficially, Masteller leading all players in kills with 5 now. And Anderson's serve into the net. We're tied at 15 as Grace Koski goes to the service line.
I want to give a
Post pokes it over. The Elks can't handle it. And Coon Rapids gets the side out.
give a shout out to my sister, Sue Ackerman, watching us from Orlando, Florida, where the weather is so much nicer than it is here.
I bet it's not snowing there. And Wilbur comes to the service line and gets an ace. Post picked up by Cotton. Hund on the attack. There for it is Wolitka. Masteller pushes it over with the left hand. Back set. Olsen is wide. And the Cardinals take a 16-17 lead.
Not quite there, but not far away from that line.
Masteller stuffed by Johanna Legben.
Legben with a beautiful block at the net there to get the point to tie it back up for Elk River.
number 7, Ellen Wanzer. Wanzer back to serve.
Got some athletes in that family.
Yeah, that is for sure.
Jamie Langbin, a UMD Bulldog for softball, I believe. Who's also a very strong multi-sport athlete. You got Johanna, the senior, and Jordan, just a sophomore, playing on this squad. Good rally going for both teams. Can't handle the spin, and Elk River will take the lead at 18-17. But I joked with Coach Brummer about it. Wanted to confirm they were younger siblings. She said, "Yeah, but don't bring that up." I said, "Oh, don't worry."
But yeah, you did.
I said, "Oh, don't worry," because I stand by it. The younger athlete, or the younger sibling, always the better athlete. Smaller athletes too seem to excel in my book.
Would your brother agree to that?
He might. Depends on how you ask the question, I suppose. Hund fires it long. And Coon Rapids will have it back, trailing by 1.
And for the Cardinals, number 1, Chloe Hoffman.
Becca Masteller set to serve.
Becca Masteller.
Diving save by Anderson, poked back over by Hund, and somehow Anderson reached over with the left hand and kept it alive. The attack by Hoffman sustained and played over by Hund. Set for post, off the block attempt, and we're tied again at 19.
Yeah, nice play by Post. Again, doesn't need a lot of power, just needs a little bit of English as she's able to tap it to the side and goes off an Elk River player.
No miscommunication, but Hund able to get it over for Elk River. Cardinals set it up for Hoffman. Cotton is there. Olsen attacking and getting the kill.
Very competitive second set here between these two squads. We're just a point difference with Elk River. The serve and a 1-point lead at 2019.
Olsen has been strong from the service line so far. A diving save by Masteller. And Anderson able to play it back over. Elks set up. Olsen stuffed, but out of bounds. Good effort there by Chloe Hoffman.
Yep.
Get a piece of it, but out of bounds. 21-19. Post attacking, picked up. And a good heads-up play by Emma Olsen, just redirecting it through the Cardinal defense, and no chance for a return.
No, you saw a lot of empty space on that court, and she put it right to where the Cardinal players were not.
And now an ace will take them to set point. No, 23-19.
Yep.
Either way, a 4-point lead and a timeout, Coon Rapids.
Yeah, they have to talk about things here. I mean, they've had a nice second set, very competitive, and they've kept this set close the entire way. Now, Elk River able to jump out to a 4-point lead, and as you mentioned, just 2 points away from getting the second set and going up 2-0.
Yeah, 4 straight points at a critical point. Have them very near that 2-set lead.
Now, good timeout by Coon Rapids. Just talk about things, and you know, Coach Hens knows that his team's playing well in this second set. Just continue to do what they're doing, but to try and see what they can do about cut into this lead a little bit here.
So Emma Olsen returns to the service line. Team taking the timeout has scored the first point after each time so far tonight. And that streak will continue.
Yeah.
As Hund plays it long.
And
pull post to the service line, trailing 20-23. Cotton didn't get the angle she needed, plays it into the net, 23-21. Picked up by Melcher, played too far, and Fowler makes him pay, 23-22.
Yeah, so far, nice service from the goal post.
Timeout, Elk River.
Elk River's going to call timeout, talk about things. Just up by a point now, with Coon Rapids making a run to stay in set number 2.
And again, if you go back to the metrics, the team that's taken the timeout has won the next point.
Let's see if that
time
holds
so far tonight.
We'll see if that holds true.
If it does, that would give Elk River a set point.
That would be correct.
It's a big point right here.
Yes, it is.
Because if you get to 23 all, it's first one to have a 2-point lead. And that was not the service that Nicole was looking for, and now it will be set point for the Elks. Godas pushes it over. Melcher is there. Deflected over by Olsen. Set for Hoffman. Hoffman will get the kill. Good effort by Hunden. Great effort by Melcher to try and run it down, but.
That puts Coon Rapids back at a point away from tying it up.
But still a set point for Elk River here, as Olivia Fredrickson serves for the Cardinals. And just long, didn't miss by more than 2 inches, and that will give set number 2 to the Elks, 25-23, and they take a 2-0 lead. We'll take a break, be back with the third set after this. You're watching CTN's live coverage of high school volleyball. Winston, nice hands, drives and so this one went down to the wire in the second, with Coon Rapids pushing Elk River to the brink and holding the lead for a good portion of that second set, led by as many as 5 early on. Elk River, though, got on a roll, had a 10-3 run that got them back in front, and then the teams traded the lead a couple of times down the stretch, and Elk River able to survive at the end with a 25-23 victory to give them the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, it was a nice set played by Coon Rapids. They, as you mentioned, just keeping that thing close. They're going to have to play the exact same type of set here if they hope to continue this match with Elk River being up 2-0.
The Elks will start with the serve. Ellie Cotton at the service line.
Yeah, I think just a little. I'm sorry, go ahead, Joe.
That one, I think, was going to find that back line. Will look a little late in deciding. And Elk River able to take the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Just a little hesitation there.
And a little miscommunication on the part of the Cardinals. Big power from Masteller, but the Elks able to recover, and Langman with the kill in the middle.
Yeah, good set to her, and she was able to get it right into the Coon Rapids player. No chance for a return there.
A little English on that serve, and it worked for Cotton's 6th ace of the match. And a 4-0 lead for Elk River here in the third.
Yeah, exactly how Elk River wanted to start this third off, up 4-0.
Yeah, they would like to try and close this one out quickly if possible. Wilbur pushes it over. Attack by Olsen, picked up by Fredrickson. Masteller will send it across. Olsen fires over. A little close to the net, but the Cardinals able to recover. Fowler's attack picked up by Hun, went off the backboard. The Cardinals get a little love from the field house itself.
Yes.
To get the side out.
That was a home point. Nice serve.
Melcher able to play it back across. Wilbur attacking and getting the kill for the Cardinals.
Yeah, again, just, you know, with service, slowly creep back in. Just out, they were just down by 4, cut the lead in half.
And Fowler puts a little too much on it.
Good communication on the court for Elk River to make sure that nobody offered at that.
Olsen attacking. Fredrickson was there, and one rolled up on her a little bit. Wilbur with big power, and that one's nearly. Oh, look at the skills of Mike DuPont.
Look at that, one-handed, right in the corner of the end zone. Pulls that one in.
Serving for the Cardinals, number 2, Michaela Wilbur.
I thought it was going to make it to us, but not quite there.
Wilbur the big kill and heads to the service line. Elks have to scramble. Koski able to send it back across. Post pokes it past the defense. And the lead back down to 2.
There he is, Mike DuPont, the one and only.
And that one just long. Jordan Hun
just ducked.
Ducked out of it right at the last second, and it was just barely past that end line.
Makes it 7-4 in favor of Elk River. Just ducks right underneath and just over the end line.
Anderson a diving save. Elks set it up for Hun. Wolitka is there to dig it out. And Masteller meant to do that.
She meant, yeah, that's how they drew it up. Cardinals just down 7-5 now.
For the Cardinals, number 1, Chloe Hoffman. Serving for the Cardinals, number 9, Becca Masteller.
Masteller serving. Cardinals trail 7-5 here in the third. Elk River a 2-0 lead. Hund blocked by Post, and the Elks able to recover, but the Cardinals push it right back to the floor.
Smart play by Michaela Wilbur. She saw all that open space on the floor, just able to softly poke it back over the net. And watch this, a great job as she just puts it where the defense is not.
Pushed over by Ella Johnson. Johnson again. Back and forth at the net. Wilbur sets it up for Hoffman. Hoffman attacks, but just long. Cardinals had gotten back within 1. Now 8-6 in favor of Elk River with Emma Olsen at the service line. Hund attacking, diving save again by Anderson. Masteller from midcourt just pushes it to the back. Melcher can't control it. And the Cardinals get the side out.
And again, just keep it close. That's what they want to do. Especially down two sets to none. Obviously need to keep this close.
Long set, and Cotton put it into the net. We're tied at 8. Cotton put it right in the hole of the defense. Yep. And gets the lead in the side out right back for Elk River. Masteller's attack picked up by Hun near the back line. A little miscommunication. Finally, Johnson sends it over, but long.
Yeah, I think that miscommunication kind of forced them to hit a little harder than they wanted to.
In the game for the Cardinals, number 24, Olivia Frederickson. Frederickson back to serve.
Olivia Frederickson checks in, takes over at the service line. Fowler tips it around the defense. Nice diving save by Melcher. And the Elks just find a hole.
Yeah, they certainly did.
Back in front, 10-9.
Number 12, Alexa Melcher.
And again, the Cardinals used the backboard that time, but the pass across from Fowler is just long. We've seen 3 go off the backboard so far, 2 on the Cardinals side, and they've successfully been able to control it, and 1 off the Elks side, and they were not. And Fowler makes them scramble and gets the point, 11-10.
Number 5, Emma Waletka.
Waletka coming back and serving. You know, we've done a fair amount of volleyball this season, and she's a really good server. And they rely on her to try and get a run started.
Melcher plays it across. Wilbur on the attack and gets the kill. Young officially her 5th. Post, Masteller, and Wilbur, each with 5 for the Cardinals in my book. Tied at 11 is the more important number. And Cotton just tips it over the defense to break that tie and give Elk River the lead again.
Yeah, just that soft little tip over the net gets the point for him.
Wilbur with another kill. And another tie at 12-all.
Serving for the Cardinals, number 7, Madison Fowler.
And the Elks opened up a little bit of run to start, early run to start, but Coon Rapids doing a good job of getting right back into this.
Langbin attacking in the middle and will not be denied. A 13-12 lead for the Elks, and Grace Koski at the service line. Masteller attacking off the top of the net. Elks reset. Hun pushes it over. Masteller again, this time taking something off it. Hun able to get underneath it. The attack by Olsen can't be blocked. Hund attacking. Anderson, high pass. Frederickson and Masteller will play it over. Langbin, little too far in front of her. And that'll be a turnover back to Coon Rapids.
Yeah, Cardinals, again, keeping it close, just down by a point. Want to make sure they extend this match.
just long again. And a couple of times we've seen Jordan Hunden in that back corner just duck away from one that just went over. Ella Wanzer has a couple of aces in the match, and there's another.
That pushes it to a 3-point lead.
Pass right back over. Olsen tried to put it right back to the floor. On right down the line, and a good rally for the Elks, forcing the timeout for Coon Rapids.
Yeah, Coach Hens now trailing, the Cardinals trailing by 4 at 17-13. Wants to talk about what they need to do to get back into this match, and just down by 4. See if this timeout works for them in terms of getting a point.
There you go. You can watch the replay while you're here.
Isn't that great?
A little behind, but
it's still.
Oh, it's not too bad.
No,
Well, somebody's watching. That's good to know.
What would people do without their phones? I know I'd be lost.
Ella Wanzer, another ace. And that's the first time we've seen a timeout not stop a run. A 5-point lead now for Elk River. Anderson plays it over. Elks set it up for Olsen, and Olsen gets another kill.
Yeah, just with some authority too, as Anderson couldn't do much about that.
Wilbur a little disappointed in herself with that set attempt, but able to smile about it, so that's,
of course,
that's good. 20-13 now the lead as Wanzer serves. The set for Masteller, picked up by Wanzer. Johnson pushed right back by Post. Cardinals set it up, Masteller knocks it down.
Yeah, perfect opportunity for Becca to put that to the floor, and she did. Cuts the lead to 6. 2014 in favor of Elk River here in set number 3.
Masteller at the service line. Hund plays it over. Set for Post. Picked up by Cotton. Olsen on the attack. Anderson is there for the Cardinals. Hoffman blocked. Saved by Masteller. Pushed over by Wilbur. Olsen pushes it over the defense. A diving attempt by Masteller is unsuccessful.
Yeah, valiant effort.
And a 7-point lead.
In the game for the Cardinals, number 6, Allie Green.
Allie Green in, and she picks up the serve for the Cardinals. Hoffman attacks and gets the side out.
Yeah, Cardinals need those opportunities now. Trailing 21-15.
Cotton pushes it over the defense. Wilbur ready. Green for Hoffman. Hoffman's attack picked up by Koski. And Cotton didn't get the angle she needed. Cardinals continue to chip away at that lead. Johnson
Point Elks.
touched by the Cardinals, and Johnson will get the kill, 22-16.
Serving for the Elks, number 10, Jordan Hunt.
Really
And an
nice
ace
serve.
for Jordan Hunt.
The Elks are two points away from sweeping this match.
14, unofficially 14 aces in the match for the Elks from 4 different players. And pass into tight. 23-16.
Right in front of you, Emmy. Nice job. God, you must have worked up a sweat to do that one.
Hunt to serve for match point, and it's an ace.
Point Elks. Elks take third set, 25-16.
And you know, Coon Rapids put up a good fight.
They did.
But especially in that second. But the Elks got hot down the stretch in the second part of that third set and just could not be stopped.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Elk Rivers, this is their third win in a row at 3-0. So you know they've hitting their stride here at this point in the season. They're going to move their record to 7-3. Coon Rapids will drop to 2-8 on the season.
Well, our upcoming schedule has a little bit of a question mark.
Yeah.
Due to the weather outside being frightful. We are to be at the Cardinal Sports Complex to see the Cardinals host Armstrong on Wednesday night, but
That'll be interesting to see what happens.
we will just have to wait and find out with what the weather condition is, if we're able to play it, if it's delayed, if it's moved, what will happen. We'll be back here to see the girls play some more volleyball against Spring Lake Park on Monday, and then football playoffs. As long as we can follow them, we're going to do so.
Yes, we are.
And you can catch it all here on CTN. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. It is Elk River in 3 over the Cardinals, 25-15, 25-23, 25-16. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.